right? As he could with INTZ.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if that is a possibility, if Fallen knows how to implement him properly, then oh my, this wouldn't even been an 11-4 half. We'd be talking 15-0. But the rounds will continue because we're going to hop back in for the second half, folks. And we have, of course, the Brazilians on the offense already on fire. That's where they finished the half. So they will start in the flames. And they're going to pick up a smoke double flash on Fallen. 17-7 is he. 24. I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
24-8 Fur in 15 rounds.
Yeah, in 15 rounds. Wow, that is unreal. Yeah, I mean, depending on how long this game goes, he's probably on for some kind of record.
This is a wild ride, and it's going quick. Not nearly as slow as the first pistol. MIBR tried to take it to him early, but the casualties stack up. That's a double for both Flamey and Boomich, leaving the king on his own. Navi extinguishing flames and picking up that second pistol.
Yeah, might be a wish granted here. That was a really good round from them. That was just a great way to cut off Ivy. They're obviously reliant on like the crossfire getting the first kill, and that makes everything a lot harder. But this is great timing from Flamey as well as team, as well as the rest of the team. And now we'll have what could be a freebie. MIBR don't invest anything into it. I don't think they've upgraded any of their pistols. We have like Lucas, I believe, has maybe got a P250.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, he does.
The CT side should be a little bit easier for Navi. We didn't see anything too impressive there on the T side. It can get a little bit hectic, but they've done this before. Electronic. Just roaming around T-Con. He's got full control of this. Flamey gets an initial kill, and the T's will suddenly think about where they can go in full force before wasting any more players.
Fur's been peppered back by this pesky MP9. And there's Zeus. His aggression in the upper box halls pans out, dropping that bomb and getting further information. Now they know these T's are grouped up. And once numbers are called, you know someone's flying up that ladder. Or the ramp. Simple comes in, catches a couple kills, and Navi moved their way to 6.
Yeah, nice to have a 5 alive round. They got lots. They invested a lot of rifles into that round, so I'm not sure if they expected a buy. That could have been. So they get less money for it. They don't have that SMG bonus, of course. But they don't drop anything. Yeah, 4 rifles in total. Now they'll go up against the SIGs. There's one on Lucas, one on KNG, and one on Taco. We're into round 18, and MIBR will look to steal back the momentum really quickly after ending the half very dominantly. Oh! I mean, even though he didn't die, those were fantastic grenades. Almost nailing the mark. It's so difficult to get the exact distance when you're throwing them from the back of the bomb train like they were. I think those were literally just NRG's grenades copy and pasted.
He's trying to call the, the paramedic hotline. You guys got some bandages?
Y'all got some med kits.
What's the move here? This is it's a lot of movement for Navi getting close on that B site.
You know what that sounded like, Kim Possible?
Call me, beat me, if you gotta reach me. Yeah, bro. I'm a Disney kid. What up?
Right. Look like one too.
Yeah. A peek from Zeus confirms that there are bodies up here. And a flashbang down. Gonna hang on for now. It's Lucas lingering on Ivy, but Zeus wanted second servings and caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Drop by Taco. Close on the smoke. Fallen jumps through, flies through, and Simple's now going to look to take his place. Fur caught with nades in hand, and Simple could do it all now. Taco at a distance, low, and dealt with. Single-handed defense until KNG gets into position. But the question is, where has Boomich gotten off to? And MIBR don't have that answer. Lucas cannot help. Executed and down. 10 seconds left. Lucas has to sprint towards the finish line. But unfortunately for him, they cut off the timer. He's disqualified. And, ooh, okay. Boomich is even going to go in here for the kill, looking to punish.
Yeah, after time. Oh, there's the fight. He doesn't win it. I can see why he wanted to try to take it. Obviously, they've got a full buy this round. Could have made sure that MIBR would have no buy. But, man, I was just... I thought, for sure, Fallen comes out like that. This is the round they're going to win.
another kill from movement. You know,
Yeah.
if he's not jumping off ladders or hiding behind bomb plants, now he's just flying out ramp room.
No, I mean, he's timing that jump too, right? He's smoke blind for most of that. Even when you can see someone's model outside of the smoke, they can still be completely smoke blind. So he picks the correct timing to jump out, and yeah, it's just such a nuisance, man. So here's Boomich at the bottom of the ladder. See if he can do his best fur impression.
Obviously, though, Simple, the hero of the last round.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sneaks past his fallen comrade. Clears off bomb.
That's true.
What's the utility here? One smoke? Yes. Lucas working with it. And, oh my god.
Wow.
Grenades.
That's a value grenade.
Yeah. Picking shrapnel out of their Cheerios, Mohan. Triple man boost gets nothing for its efforts. Let's try again. Hup, hey, hup, hup. Nope. Nothing. We've got Zeus up close. Simple comes back into the connector, but it's this bottom of the ladder presence from Boomich that I'm interested in. He's going to be that swing kill.
Yeah, he could be a pain point in this round for MIBR for sure. It seems like they want to see what happens at inner. If it doesn't work out, they might swing back to outside like Navi did to them in the first half, specifically on an eco just like this one. But they don't have the nades to flush them out, and they haven't made anything happen at inner. So rotations are not going to occur for Navi. Instead, they sit pretty.
3 bodies spotted up high. Zeus, because of Fur coming down in that 2-pronged assault, we've got a B site for the taking, and Lucas follows forward with another kill. That Krieg panning out so well thus far. Boomich on a hot flank. Eyes drawn in both directions, and whoa, we're calling the save.
Wow, here's what I wonder about that one. Is it a matter of protocols? If you're Zeus on the top of the train, you have to trust your teammate to watch something else for you.
Right.
It's one of those spots that's hard to get down from. So if he looks dedicated to the ramp, but then he looks to upper, is that because he doesn't trust his teammate? Because if that's the case, he should have been playing somewhere else, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's
Play
fair.
up against spools, you know, you only have to watch one side. If the guy comes from above you, you're dead no matter what. You're forced to trust your teammate. From there, though, he really has to. He can't fake it. And it seemed like he just wasn't ready. Like, Fur comes out with a deagle, you know?
Yeah.
Body shots him twice.
Yep.
That's a frag that Zeus will get if he's watching the lower ramp. But instead, it seems like there's a bit of distrust there, and that's what cost him the kill.
Maybe it was just the sheer numbers, the fact that 3 of them came out at the same time. You know, he distrusts that. But regardless, we've got Navi in an interesting position. Save those 2 weapons. Gonna buy back up around it, I presume.
This has been a nail biter
Yeah, everybody's hungry.
for nails.
It's a good source of calcium. This is a big round in the sense that, you know, we were watching Navi, I think, piece together a solid defense. And we're talking about the CT side of Train, where you'd have to be real incompetent of a team to kind of let it be a blowout.
Yeah, sure.
So I figured they were getting their footing, but that's a bit of a robbed round from MIBR, and it pushes them into that danger zone. You know, 3 away from securing OT, or rather 15 at the least.
Wow. Wow, he just came down the ladder with that op. I don't even know. He didn't really even use that spawn. Optimally, Zeus gets the kill on him. It's traded out. It's definitely in the favor of the CTs who are on the low buy. Fur takes his time to line up a shot, but now he's got 2 targets and will he make the most of it? No. Oh. Boomich takes him out. It's Simple and all his friends. It's actually just Fallen, excuse me, who is alone. MIBR get crushed on that outside take.
Slaughtered. I mean, if you took a look at that minimap, every single death comes at either the exit of T-Con or the exit of Pop Dog. I mean, that was just corralled chaos and a little bit of carnage. So Navi going to be very happy considering the result of the last round, considering they had that advantage versus that B split. It's great for them to just bounce back immediately afterwards and with conviction.
Yeah. MIBR weren't running through grenades, so it was a good round there for Navi, like, to stop that. They got outside, but you know, MIBR, they seem to pick a good timing to try to exit, and they still got destroyed. On this round, they've got another buy. They're obviously lacking on Fallen, who was investing in the most expensive gun. But him with the deagle and grenades, I mean, I really don't feel like it's going to make that much of a difference in this round. Flamey's got a scout here. And I think we heard that Fallen would be opping on the T side of train specifically, right?
Right. That's what we had been informed. But
either way, I'm sure it's his call.
Yep. Maybe he's had enough. You know, he's racked up his op frags for the day and then some. Put KNG in a spot to do it on his own. Zeus gonna let people pass. Oh, and he's jumping. He's caught jumping back in. Luckily, Simple at a distance does pop fur, but Lucas still able to get that bomb down. Commits to it, sticks it in. Simple with that deep B control. 2 players inside of connector here for Navi. It's Boomich who wants to activate that ladder flank, but there is somebody waiting above him. So while that fight goes on, we do have Navi pushing inwards, and Simple with another crisp headshot. Fallen, just distracted at this moment, pushes all the pressure onto KNG. He sees Simple above, but Flamey gets the best of him, and Fallen falls back into the hands of Electronic. That is a retake for Navi, a 9th round for Navi, and a 3-round difference for MIBR.
And just a good round in general. Like, that was a confidence-instilling round. Back-to-back rounds like that, in fact. So, nicely played. Well done. Good kill from Simple. They had to pick up slack there. Zeus tried to pick a timing to jump up on the ramp where he thought he could maybe start walking around, but someone's there waiting for him, obviously, after the smoke comes out. And that's the name of the game if you try to go for a timing like that. If he had just swung out, though, might have been a little bit safer, so you could have kept his accuracy while he was on the floor. Maybe he'll make that decision a little bit differently next time. But it's 9-12. Difference is 3 rounds here. MIBR still in the lead, but now things have gotten a bit shaky, and it actually seems less certain exactly who's going to win the game. Into this one.
Whoa.
Fur's made his way outside. He is not wasting any time whatsoever. But Flamey will stop him in his tracks. Lucas trades, and then Zeus answers back. It's 3-on-4. Navi up, but just by a bit.
Blinded is Lucas, though. He had Simple pinned into that office ladder. KNG is going to start to creep in. Fallen just next to the bomb train. Everybody's so close, but no line of sight. Good fight for KNG. That low HP on Flamey costs him, and another from 2v4 to 2v2, now cut to the 2v1. Fallen, however, keeps this one as close as can be, and Simple, with 32 health, is just going to hold back at a distance. That bomb's gone down, and Fallen retreats. He, too, is low here, Mohan.
Okay, so how does he play this? He has to reload, so he's going to fall back to a safer spot just out of distance. Simple's not going to hear this whatsoever. He's waiting for that kind of random re-peek that might come out, and there's always the risk of that. Fallen knows that he's encroaching with the AWP. He's soon going to run out of time. I mean, the bomb's planted in a pretty good spot. Simple, he could bang this, and oh my god, it's actually Fallen to bang him. He's got the AK, he swings out fast, and I thought maybe Simple would have taken that shot.
Had the chance, you know, goes over the shoulder, near haircut for Fallen, but gets away with it. You know, there was that smoke double flashbang for Simple to try and play with too, but the AK was ready for the spam. So you were saying how you know, we watched Simple for the first 10 seconds, watch for that follow-up peak that you anticipate, and Fallen just did a great job of burning off the time before going for that spontaneous peak, and when he does, he closes this round. So MIBR to 13, Navi back in with everything they can, but it's not too much. CZ, Deeg, Fomus, M4, and at least the op on Simple. So can he be the difference maker here in the 23rd round?
Not doing anything special. He's locked away. He's very far from the B site just for the moment. And Zeus is kind of all alone. We've seen mixed results from him so far, Inner, and he's only got a CZ this time, which really makes things more difficult. It looks like MIBR are posturing up to take this fast. Yeah,
one of these situations where I think, you know, if Zeus falls here, it's very easy for Navi to justify transitioning into a save. All of the valuable weapons are elsewhere on the map, but with this utility usage, they are going to try to get themselves into position. They flood back to this side, and good flash from Electronic helps Zeus out. That CZ succeeds. Simple dropping KNG, and Lucas unable to get out from above.
That's... Oh, I was wondering if the bomb didn't get on site. They had the smoke to cross. Taco doesn't take the opportunity. It's 2-on-4.
Fallen sees the shadow, can call that there's a player on top of the train. Still there. Ooh, wary of the flank. A good popped headshot from Lucas. Fallen down to the Deagle. Navi with that force up, have found themselves success, and they walk away with the 3 weapons they came in with. So not too hard of a round for them.
Yeah, it felt like they turned off the aggression like as soon as they got outside or onto the site. They probably should have kept it going. The bomb at least going down would have been a big boon. Yeah, Zeus was still alive, but he was behind a smoke at that time. So
Right.
would have been a great opportunity for Taka to at least cross and try to put it down. He's got his teammates upper to watch on Cloud, so there's nobody who's going to aggress from above. And they know that Zeus plays inner often a lot by himself with the rotators coming in from the back lines. I think there was a chance there for them to make some more money. Now they're just going to have pistols. That might have still been the case, but they could have at least been more well set up for this following round. We'll see where this rush takes them as they come out Ivy quickly.
1-2, swap to the USP for 3. Simple, making it look easy. And Navi starting to close that gap now. Going back around, I thought they were primed for the save, but I'm actually so happy there was 0 hesitation for that all-in rotate. Like you said, Zeus, alone, with a pistol. How easy it is to just write that off as a loss and keep what you have invested in the next, but nope. Navi want this, fought for it, and got themselves into what this is, a much better position where MIBR, well, they're going to piece together their buy. But it could be a very dark fate for them, seeing as a force back after this wouldn't be all too easy.
Yeah. Critical moments here. Obviously, every round could be worth 2. And your buying decisions change when you get close to match point. You think differently a little bit, so.
I think, like, at this moment, we're chewing over what's Fallen going to buy. Glass cannon, secondary op, just for the style points.
They're on T side now, right? I mean, like,
of course.
Why even bother going for it? It's going to slow you down. Maybe he was considering it, but to go for a gimmick kill, maybe that could have been worth it. Instead, he gets the AK armor. I totally appreciate that it's option. KNG finds a small window of opportunity to try to go for a kill. He at least gets information on how Ivy's being played.
Yeah.
And he knows he doesn't have any immediate threats in front of him. No Shadow here at Sandwich. He's out to Olaf in a pretty good spot. Nades come over to follow up on this execute, and MIBR are out.
There we go. Poor Simple caught between a smoke and the flames. Slain by the initial T. Taco's head on display, but Zeus can't hit it. Oh, the spam from Electronics good for the first kill, but he doesn't get the bomb carrier. Doesn't realize he hasn't denied the plant. And now Navi find themselves 2v4. This transitions into a save, I'm sure. But one of the reasons I mentioned Fallen with that op is just because I think it's such a huge piece to their first half success. And if you contrast his 23 and 14 versus KNG's 9 and 17, I feel like the op success has fallen off from the first to the second half.
It's true.
You know, you want KNG to use it, and clearly they can succeed without op impact, but it just looks so dominant.
You know what I will say, though, about KNG's scoreline? It feels like when we've seen him, he's gotten really hard to get kills. And some of the times that he died in the first half, it was like this instant headshot, like something that there was like no one would have survived.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a mixture of getting unlucky in the first half, and then obviously playing passively to the point that you don't even get to have a good scoreline because even on the rounds that you win, you're not being used too much.
Yeah, you know, and the fact that Fur soaks up 26 frags or something like that as well.
Not many. Yeah, there's no frags to spare. 11 to 14. Navi on their heels. They had such a rough showing up until this point that even though they look good now, MIBR are just too close. It's going to be added pressure in a situation where they have already so many holes in their game. Fur, he has an opportunity with a spawn to go for a kill. He's obviously not the man to typically hold on to the op, but in this situation he will. It's a rush inside. They're taking upstairs fast. Simple gets the first kill, and that's supporting Zeus well.
Nice. There's one player to hit the ground. That's KNG, but just as quickly cut down as his teammates were too. And whoop, Fallen next to fall. And Fur just left alone now. I mean, this is a long time to wait if he wants to walk away with his op. A minute still.
I didn't mind that. I think I would have been surprised as well if I was MIBR going inner that quickly, because that timing is fresh for them, and then to see Simple prepared for it, right? He was up either in Z spotting the cross or over at Cloud.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, it's a huge difference, I think, in this round that I really like to see. let's rewind a bit to when
Sure.
Zeus was standing on top of the train,
Yeah.
doesn't trust his teammate to watch upper and falls to ramp. You said it yourself. If you don't have that trust, then change positions. This round, he finds himself between that very same train and the bomb plant. And when he doesn't trust his, Simple to get all 3 of the kills falling out from above, what does he do? Turns his attention, has a chance to contribute, and then just being that much farther back, buys himself enough time to prepare for Fallen or whoever it was to walk out from ramp.
Yeah, that's true. He did even help out with upper there, and he was safe.
Exactly.
Right,
He did exactly what he did last time from a different position, and look how well it turned out for them.
Yeah, good to see that adaptation for sure. So I'm wondering if I'm MIBR, how come Navi were so prepared that time? How come they knew that we were going to go inner? That would be something I'd think about. Not for too long. You want to think about a new strategy for this round. That timeout has run its course. Everybody's got enough money to buy. Taco is the only one who's a little bit low. Don't know if there's a gun on the ground in the T-spawn right now, but he will probably have to compromise here.
Kills for him. In fact, first still sits on 26. I'm trying to collect my thoughts and think back to what he had at the half, but...
I think it was like 25, you said?
Right, yeah, it was 24 or 25, or maybe even 26. Yeah, it's, there we go, speak of the devil. And down goes Electronic. He had that early aggression inside of T-Con.
Oh man, that's actually that's an enormous kill because it shows that Navi were feeling like suddenly it was going to be inner because Electronic would not have taken that presence. If he thought there was going to be a target there, he'd like to push for free. Oh, 2 players fall into the hands of Boomich. He gets 1.5, and now it'll be on Simple.
Ooh, not expecting the player to be so far out. His crosshair stuck between the 2. Zeus can't get his second. KNG cuts him down, and that's Fallen to plant the bomb. Flamey, poor Flamey.
That really gave him the keys to outside, huh?
Yep. Huge.
Just that single kill, like, oh, okay, first of all, we don't have to kill Electronic this round. Secondly, it's 5v4. Thirdly, we went inside last round and got absolutely obliterated, so we want to try outside again. No better time than now to just go ahead and give that a shot. Also, we know that because Electronic pushed so far, they seem pretty confident we were going inside. So they're going to be less prepared outside. Another reason. Giving up that 5v4 does so much more than just knocking a man off the board. It actually just gives you such a big insight into the strategy of the other team. And MIBR capitalized on that. Bomb goes off this round. MIBR hit match point. Lock in 1 point for the first round of the day.
Yep. 100%. Wouldn't it be distracting to have Hugo written on your glasses like that?
Yeah. I mean, whether it was Hugo or Harry, I don't know.
That was a big one from KNG, toppling Simple and then falling onto Zeus. I mean, there's 2 pivot moments in that round. Boomich getting 1 kill plus 90 damage inside of Pop Dog. Like, if he cuts off that entire side, we've got MIBR in a difficult spot. And then KNG trading those 2 kills. Just enabling the bomb plant, completely nullifying Flamey and any chance to come in for a retake. So here we go. 3 map points for MIBR. A full-fledged buy-up from Navi. Early damage versus poor Electronic. But again, heavy bodies towards this outer yard.
All hugging onto this right side of the site. Sitting behind the sandwich smoke, thinking about Ivy, doubling up almost at sandwich. Right, we've got player at Hell and sandwich. MIBR don't move a muscle just yet. They always have a significant utility advantage coming into this round. So rushing might be a dumb thing to do. Boom, it's just going to take a few ticks of damage from that Molotov. Fallen's going to be happy about that. He looked like he was about to go down and was like, all right, well, I can ride this out for a little bit longer. So a couple of risks haven't paid off for Navi. Things are looking grim for sure, but it is still 5v5.
If they want to, they can just sit back and wait for the hit. Even when Boomich retreated out of the Molotov, he got hit by follow-up utility, so it's been the name of the game. Poor guys with frags to the face. But we're going to collect ourselves inside of T-Con here. MIBR, 3 members ready. KNG's op included. Fur just trying to bait out a bullet. Put KNG into a prime spot to trade as seen in the previous round. Fur's out and successful. Well-timed flash from Fallen helps him. But Simple's at that distance, down range, back behind Ivy. Lucas could just skirt past both sides of the smoke. Flamey's position could be unbeknownst to the T's. Oh, but he falls. And by falling, he's inaccurate. A huge opening and a massive closure. MIBR just leak their way onto the bomb site and take this one down. 16 rounds for the Brazilians as they pick up a win in the first round here in Moscow.
They've got to be so happy. Obviously, it's just huge for them, right? They're coming to a tournament. They've got a new player. They want to prove that they can play well. They do it against Navi, who Obviously, it's like not the best time for Navi in some sense,
Right.
but it's not like anything.
But still
like
a top 8
changing.
team.
Still a top 8 team, and it's not like they have to change most of their game plan. They know how to play train, especially with these players. So that's an enormous win for MIBR in their confidence. Plus, they looked great in the first half. The second half, they didn't look quite as good, but I think that's also because, and a symptom of, the fact that Navi turned it up a little bit.
Yes.
So a well-deserved victory, and it's good to see MIBR looking so strong on train.
So let's go ahead and throw this one away. Mohan, we're done here on round 1.
Yep,
so we're going to give it to, I believe, Nip and Avant-Garde. Enjoy this, guys.
In the first 20 seconds of the round, and Avant-Garde are going to be more than happy with that. They can really start to make NIP question themselves. Both now armed, both with AKs. And with the bomb under their control, they can silently slip back into the mist. NIP, how do they choose to play this? The options are split, 1-1 per bomb site, or double up and hope for the best. And they're going to decide to do exactly that, moving both up towards A. And right now, it seems like the right call. Avant-Garde coming in through T-spawn and looking to take over long.
And I mean, I love this, right? You look at NIP, you look at the 2 players that are left in this round. It's Forest and Get Right. It is the old guard of NIP. These 2 years under their belts together, so they need to show why that's important now more than ever. Kicker and Jame, not 2 people you want to be tangling with on the other side of things, but no, they've cleared out toilets, and now they believe they've figured this out. They start to rotate in through connector. Forest is up in heaven, and Avant-Garde, they just walk into an empty site. Nobody's home. The lights are on, but it's barren, and now that bomb can go down. The smoke's gonna fall, and Forest, he hears it. He'll call for the rotation of Get Right back round. With that bomb plant, this round is by no means over, but it means that NIP, they're the ones on the clock now. They're the ones that have to make a play, and Get Right, he might be the man to do it. Kicker getting bested, and Forest following up the round, going the way of the Swedes, 12-12. It's Get Right and Forest coming alive there to lock that one down.
Yeah, I mean, they may have made interesting decisions to re-aggress. I like the call from NIP to re-aggress there, and they might have had the misinformation thinking it was B, but it actually comes back to help them, because Avant-Garde, they get the bomb down and they go, where the hell are NIP, right? Where are these guys? Like, I didn't even know where to expect either of those rotations to come through. Kicker gets quickly flanked from connector, and yeah, Forrest is walking up dumpster. James just didn't seem ready for that fight, so... NIP, they may have given up a bomb plant, but they take a very, very successful retake to find their 12th round. Avant-Garde, bit of money from that bomb plant. Kicker will be on the AK, but by and large, it is just pistols here for this T side. And this is where NIP are now somewhat in control of the game, Harry. If they win this round, then they're going to be back in the lead with a vengeance. Scary situation for Avant-Garde to be in, considering at one point this was so favorable for them.
I mean, this was 8-3 in favor of Avant-Garde, like the most one-sided point in time, and that was on the back of a 5-0 start. So to see it tied up now, 12-12, with the economy, as you say, NIP in full control in that regard, you're bang on. It's that they are in the driver's seat. They're the ones who look like they could close this out. Avant-Garde are now having to fight back. And it's a B play here. They have gotten into the site, and actually that bomb goes down very, very quickly with little resistance from NIP, but suddenly the reinforcements are in, and the cavalry has arrived. It's Lekro and Plopsky shutting it down. Adren left up all alone. What can he do with his D? Ultimately, it's not going to be much. Plopsky, Lekro, locking in a 13th.
Yeah, I'm just loving these decisions from NIP to give up bomb sites, to give Avant-Garde plants, only to play for retakes. When you have those retakes so successfully going in your favor, Avant-Garde having a really rough time on this T side. 4 rounds to their name so far in the half. And NIP, I mean, what's that? Out of all the rounds that NIP have won, they've all been retakes except one. So that just shows how successful NIP are once the bomb goes down. They seem to be very on top of how Avant-Garde are playing their post plants on this map.
In the last 9 rounds, 7 of them have had that bomb go down. So, I mean, yeah, NIP are just playing this very retake-orientated setup over on the CT side.
Not always, coming down to their own choice. Not always their own decision.
Definitely not. Oh, no, Kicker.
Yeah, I saw that, actually.
He got blocked by the train.
Tried to flash short, and... yeah.
Man, if the train came at the same time every game, might not be that bad. But
even then, you're not going to waste time learning the train timing. Get real here, Rez. Caught up on long.
I mean, where's this map set? Isn't it Germany? Don't the trains never run on time in Germany anyway? Like, I hear everyone complains about it.
They say they're efficient. I don't know. I'm not a man of trains.
More of planes
yeah.
and automobiles. But man advantage in this round for Avangard. They're high flying, high fragging in this round. Kicker getting throw in that AK, so he's been given a bit more meat to work with.
Yeah, he just threw the Mac 10 to Buster, who's on 12 HP, right? Not a game where you want to give Buster the AWP over Game, who's nearing 30 kills, but give him the weaker weapon so Kicker can get more done. That's not going to be what you want, though. Kicker getting caught by the repeat. Molotov going in towards barrels, but Lekro's also pushed up on short, and he can shut down the split. Avangard getting picked apart one by one, and that nade could do lethal damage. It will. Buster getting finished off. James gone as well, and Adren doesn't realize Popsky's just spamming him through the wall. Not any trades coming through from Avangard down on that B bomb site. And yeah, just looking very, very split up, going in one by one. Obviously, not all down to their own decision, right? Forest forcing a fight by re-peeking down Monster and Sanji coming out of the connector alone. But still, these are fights that are going so well for NIP. And now, not only 14 rounds, Harry, but the economy solidified. Not only for them, but gone for Avangard. A solo AK up against 14 rounds. This is not how they wanted this game to go.
And NIP, they owe so much to Lekro, right? He has just been a rock in this map thus far. He is top of the charts. Every time a site take seems to come in, Lekro is always there, and he's at least getting 2. That's kind of what we've been able to bank on. And when you have a player like that within your squad, that can already be, more than half the battle won. This round, the bomb getting retrieved early on over towards ramp. Avangard, they're not looking to play late into this round. They've already retrieved this. This is something that, usually you see them spread out, take that default, they loop back round, they get the bomb later on, and they make their decisions based on the mid round. This time, that bomb's retrieved. They've only got pistols, that one AK, as you say, so they just want to explode into one of these bomb sites, rather. Not a bomb site, but let's see if they do get rear-ended here as they head in towards the A side of things. Rez holding close and waiting on the other side of this smoke. He has got a whirlwind about to come his way. Will he stand the test of time? Flash going in, and Rez, oh no!
Dear.
So Team Flash, he's shut them down, and he's in the enemy lines. He's still fighting, and they finally shut him up. They finally get the kill, but it's into the arms of Get Right and Forest they go. Sanji left up standing, and NIP, match point here, 15-12. What a series from them. And one more round is all that separates them from taking this matchup, beating major finalists Avangard, a team that went 0-3 at the major, a team that has a player about to step away and head towards retirement. And they've really come in guns blazing here on Overpass. I'm so excited now to see not only how these last few rounds shape up, but how both these teams look throughout the rest of this event. This just got so much more interesting.
Yeah, you got to say props to NIP for getting to this position, but Avangard are certainly starting to show little gaps in their play, right? That team flash is a huge error to be pulling up against 14 rounds, and it's going to cost them a lot more than they can imagine. James, he's been silent for the last 5 rounds. Still sitting on 29 kills, is yet to reach that 30 bomb. Lekro's the same, but no need. 15-12, and Avangard need to go flawless from this point onwards to get overtime. Run boost out long, trying to set James up. But no one here from NIP side of things. Forest is sitting towards long, but more passive on the A side with that AWP. At least a chance to retreat from this position easier. Rez is going to move up as well. Avangard still taking their time with this round. They've got one player outside of B. That's going to be Kicker alone, but by and large, looking like that toilet's play. 50 seconds for them to do so. And oh dear, Forest finds a gap in that smoke, and he exploits it perfectly, pushing through to find Adren. Now, Buster's going to try and grab that weapon that was dropped up on long, but Rez, he's heard these footsteps, and he's going to continue to hear Buster get closer. He knows that this fight is coming through, and successful in it. 5-on-3 right now for the Ninjas. Avangard, desperation play needed.
And I mean, Avangard, a team that always looks so feisty, always looks so in control of the most unmanageable situations, now seem to have that passion, that fire sucked out from them. And it's only Sanji left, 1v5, 15 seconds. This isn't happening. NIP are going to take this first matchup, and they do. They win it, and reasonably convincingly towards the end there, right? It was a very tumultuous start. It was very back and forth in that middle stage, but towards the end, NIP, they chain 6 rounds together, and they take this looking confident, a bit more belief instilled over in the NIP camp. And for Avangard, it's checking into Heartbreak Hotel right now, right? You drop that opening map, you drop this opening series rather, and it was versus a team that, you know, so many people had Avangard pegged to beat.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at the recovery of some of those players moving into the second half as well. Someone like GetRight, for example, we've already talked about Letcrow, you know, playing absolutely phenomenally, dropping 31 kills in that map. But, you know, GetRight, 4 kills at halftime. He ends with 16. Think about the amount of rounds that him and Forest won single-handedly for their side. So, yeah, huge plays from the NIP side of things, and able to win a game that, you know, at one point, as we said, 8-3 for Avangard. Dominant start, you know, really confident stuff. Avangard looking like the team that we just saw at the major, and boom, there we go. NIP find the win. So props to them. That's the first best of 1 locked in, but we've got more Avangard coming up after the break. We do have them taking on 4. So join us in just a minute.
There you have it. The results for the first round of the Blast Pro Series Moscow are in, and it does look like the jury has come back with a verdict, and it's not so easy for Ints. That is not going to be the storyline that starts off this tournament for them. They do lose 16-4 to Force, the hometown heroes. Welcome back to the Blast Pro Series, everyone. My name is Trace Saranthus. Alongside me will be Vendetta and Pimp. And Pimp, you had a very interesting comment, and I saw that you went to tweet it, but I guess now would be the time to kind of examine such comment.
I don't know why you keep throwing me under the bus, Trace, and I don't think the audience deserves to know
How you not learned this by now?
But Ents can be very disappointed in their performance. And, I mean, yeah, we did talk about Alexa B no longer being part of this lineup.
Yep.
How would that affect Ents? How would they come out to this matchup? I tried to make the case that should motivate them a lot. We saw Inferno come into play as well, a map they normally don't play, so that suggests that they've been practicing it, they feel comfortable, they feel prepared for it, and then we see that shit show. It's not okay.
No, that was really not the case. And I mean, you could tell by their T side as well, it was very one-dimensional. For, I think, 90% of the rounds we had contact plays. Eventually, they changed it up to the point where they've gone so many contact plays that they tried to adding in fakes into it, which is fair enough. Like, you can do that. That works as well. And we did see a couple of rounds where Force actually bite onto it as well. where they have early rotations, or I guess premature rotations off the back that they're seeing the first player and go off of that thing. But in the end, it's just not deep enough of a playbook to go up against a team versus Force, especially when Force have their usual suspects, I should say, actually play to the level that we know that they can. Mods are being amazing through and through this game.
Disappointance? Is that
Disappointance?
Yeah, is that a,
Could become a new verb,
kind
right?
of a stretch. But anyway, I mean, look, we have to obviously examine the fact that this lineup is new.
Yeah, it is.
For all intents and purposes,
Brand new.
It's new. Now, that excuse will go away eventually. And might I remind you that there were also 2 other matches going on simultaneously to the mainstream matchup that you had here in Ints vs. Fours, and that is where we see MIBR and Ninjas in Pajamas.
Very surprising results in both of them.
Yes, it's very true.
NIP battling back from what, 0-6 start, I think it was, versus Avangard, and MIBR really battling it out in a train game versus Navi, which is pretty damn impressive considering, I mean, we're giving ENCE the excuse of having a new lineup. MIBR have a new lineup as well, and they just beat Navi.
And I was just about to say, yeah, we can make the excuse that ENCE has a new lineup, but let's not forget the circumstances around this new lineup. They were even practicing with Sunny leading up to the major, so they took a hit at the major. Didn't come in fully prepared, so they could be prepared for this tournament, so they could get off to a good start with Sunny. So sure, you can use the excuse that, yeah, instead of playing with a new lineup, yeah, it's the first game for Sunny, but they took time off before the major to play with him in order to be ready for this one. And so far, again, judging by one map, that's just disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it was very flat.
Yeah,
like it just did not feel like they were
flat,
in
you know,
the game.
horrible. There's a lot of
lot of nice
stuff
adjectives
you can say about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is rather unfortunate there for the inside, but they will have the chance to bounce back. And for us, I mean, we're going to have to start looking elsewhere. Anything else that surprised you guys about the first round of play?
I think Force can be obviously proud of their performance, and then looking by the other games, I think it's a good sign for MIBR that they're playing so well. We got to see Fer go completely off. I think he was at 26 frags and 8 death at one point.
Balling out,
Fallen having a great game as well. It makes sense to me that MIBR is going to be a good team now. They got rid of Cold Zero. He was, you know, obviously one of the best players in the world, but he was also taking a lot of space around this team and maybe not having the best, dare I say, attitude within the camp of MIBR. So now they got some fresh blood in. They seem to be happy. They did look decent with Zeus playing at the major as a coach. So now bringing in KNG, having a great game as well. I think MIBR is, you know, on the route to something very good.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a long road ahead of them. Sure. But just having Fallen come up here before they even start playing and talk about, you know, rebuilding confidence and rebuilding the structure of the team. And you could kind of get the vibe that, hey, we feel better about this situation as a whole, whereas before, you obviously saw how awkward things got to be within that camp.
Yeah, obviously. And especially because now they very much have defined roles. I think it's like Fallen can get into a position where he feels more comfortable about potentially sharing that op burden or potentially just completely stepping aside. And same thing for Fer. He gets to thrive again.
Speaking of thriving, there's this one young man named Jerry, and he's got plenty to say. Let's see what he's got.
I'm here with Jerry, the IGL and captain of Fours. And first of all, congratulations on having a fantastic start to your time here at Blast Pro Series Moscow. But you've got a very similar map pool to ENCE, so why did we end up on Inferno today?
Actually, when we were picking maps today, we lost 4 coin toss on the row. So that's why we played Inferno. And maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we played against ENCE on Nuke, and we know that they are based there. So we thought like, all right, we got 94% win rate on Nuke, but we're not going to play it against ENCE. So we decided to go to Inferno, and it went good.
It went incredibly well. Were you surprised by the simplicity of ENCE's approach on their T side?
Yeah, because we thought they gonna, you know, they're gonna go to the one side, and they will go back, and they will go to both sides, you know. But they were kind of direct plays. They play banana, okay, we go banana, then we go direct to the B side. If we play A side, they will go A. They went to A side, so I thought like they would play a kind of different play style, but they went like directly play. I don't know why. Maybe because they just changed the player. Maybe because the Sunny didn't go well. I don't know.
What did you think of Sunny's first performance with ENCE?
I can't say anything.
I mean, I think that said it all, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. They didn't get 10 frags. I think all of them. No.
They didn't get many frags. I mean, you guys didn't die very often because you kept saving.
Yeah, we watched a lot of Avangard demos and Jame as well, so we went to a lot of saves, and that's helped us a lot. So we got a really good city side economic.
Now, if Vitality were here, you would have had to play a best of 3 against Avangard today. Do you think you would have won?
I don't know. It's hard to predict a game like that. It's a long game, so everything could have happened. But I exactly knew that the Avangard, they were playing against Australis in the major final, and they got maybe jet lag, maybe they got tired a little, so we could have coached them, you know.
I've only got time for one more question, Jerry. So what I want to ask is, when you do face Avangard in a best of 1, who's going to win?
I don't know as well. Can't predict the games like that.
Confidence, Jerry. We're going to have a chat about this man's confidence because we need to send it back to the desk.
Oh, Jerry, indeed. This guy, I bet he's fun to hang around. He just seems like a cool ass
in the
dude.
industry. Simple as it is.
He did touch on a point there that I think that we should probably maybe expand on a little bit. Very briefly, of course, would be the fact that only 33 kills were found by Ints in that entire matchup.
It's not a whole lot.
No, it's not. On top of the only 4 rounds that they grabbed.
Yeah,
So-
which is also not a lot. No, it's rough because we talked about, I guess we quickly touched on their lack of tactical prowess in that game, but just individually, I guess, yeah, Jerry's kind of laughter at that question kind of gives it away. They weren't really firing on any cylinders at all. They were lucky if they got somewhat okay trades in Banana, and that's not really where you want to live your life on the T side of Inferno.
No, I agree. I think Jerry kind of hit it when he said that he was surprised that it was so simple to play against Ents. The fact that they just went towards A, there was no faking. You know, they tried in the later stages of the game to spice it a little bit up, but it didn't really work out for them. It was very simple. It was almost like Ents felt that we don't need to do more than this in order to win against a team like Force, and they just got schooled completely.
Schooled. That is going to be how that one gets remembered. At least when we see Ints back in the server, perhaps they'll have it put together just a little bit more. For us, though, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we do have another matchup coming your way here with the Blast Pro Series Moscow 2019.
People love superheroes, but if you knew half the stuff they get up to, it's diabolical. It's where I come in.
Come in to do what?
Spank them.
How do you spank a superhero?
Bang. Boom.
Cool.
Oh, hello there. Nice to see you. Didn't think I would have you back quite as quickly as you did, but here you are.